This video is an English House Sparrow nest box trap. The purpose of making this video is to show you how it works so you can make your own. We will show the features and advantages of this design. Nest box traps work best when house sparrows are interested in nesting. We will start by looking at the outside of the box. There is a horizontal piece of wood below the entrance holes on both trap boxes. This is a perch for house sparrows to hang on to get comfortable looking at the trap box. For this reason, do not have a perch on nest boxes. Space out the horizontal perch with some washers so there is a space between the front panel and the perch. The box design has an inspection port viewing window. Do not use clear plastic for the inspection port window. Use metal mesh so you can get a good look at what you have in the box. A couple ideas for the cover over the viewing port window. One option is a piece of wood with a screw in it at the top. Swing it out of the way to look in. The other box shows a slide out panel on a track. This viewing port window could also be added to any other trap box designs. For this design, it works best to have the entrance hole offset to one side. There are a few reasons for this offset entrance hole. This is an inside view of how the tripwire and plexiglass baffle trip door work. There is a stop pin for the trip door baffle. The stop pin needs to be placed where the baffle door, when tripped, door down, has daylight coming in over top of the door. This way the bird pushes down on the trip door. If there is daylight coming in from below the trip door, the bird will push up the door and escape. If you need to monitor the box from a distance, you can add some bright colored tape or bright reflective tape to the baffle trip door. An advantage to this design is the trip door is above the entrance hole, so the bird does not see the bright color on the baffle trip door when looking into the box. An advantage to this design is the trap can be deactivated to a no-catch position. To deactivate, swing the baffle trip door around to the other side of the front panel. This way you can leave the box up and not have to monitor it when it is deactivated. This way house sparrows have more time to find it and move in. When making a box for yourself, have a wide enough front panel to allow room to swing the baffle door, so you can also have this deactivated position. When the box is turned upside down, the baffle trip door moves out of the way, hitting the ceiling of the box. This uncovers the entrance hole, so when making a box for yourself, allow space above the entrance hole for the trip door to uncover the entrance hole when the box is turned upside down. The tripwire we used is 14 gauge stainless steel round rod. The tripwire must be folded over where the trip wire meets the baffle trip door. Bend the wire over or back onto itself so the tripwire does not get stuck on the trip door. This design could trip on its own, when you close the box. To avoid this from happening, insert one finger into the entrance hole to hold the tripwire in place when closing the front panel. The tripwire is held in place by mini-size nylon cable clamps, also called P-style clips. The stainless steel rod and the nylon cable clamps will not corrode. If you find the box tripped with the trip door down, lift the trap box off its mount, then uncover the inspection port window to look inside the box. Hold the box so sunlight is going into the box to get a good look of what has tripped the box. The port window will speed things up for you, as you do not have to spend time getting the bird into a bag, then looking in the bag to see what kind of bird it is. If you find the box tripped and there is a good bird in the box that you do not want to trap, then just open the box. When you discover that there is an invasive bird in the trap box, you need to keep the cover out of the way of the mesh window. This gets the bird more interested in the metal mesh window and not the trip door. This gives you time to sort out what you need to do next as the bird stops working on the trip door. If you go with the piece of wood with one screw at the top as the viewport cover, you could place the box on its back. Swing the cover up and over to keep the cover from closing off the viewport window. Another issue with this cover, with the one screw at the top, is the cover does not stay in place well when you put the box upside down, as the bird might be more interested in the mesh screen window and not exit through the entrance hole into a bag. Another option for a cover over the viewing port window is a slide-out wood panel. This cover is on a wood beveled track. Could use a magnet to hold the slide-out panel in place. This panel on a track stays in place well when the box is turned upside down. If you find that there is an invasive bird in the box and you are ready to wrap the box in a clear plastic bag or laundry net bag, reinstall the cover over the inspection port window. Wrap the box in a bag. There is no need to put the whole box into the bag, but you could if you like. Wrap the bag tight on all four sides of the trap box. It has to be clear plastic or net mesh so the bird sees daylight. You do not have to open the box. Just turn the box upside down. This moves the trip door to the ceiling of the box, uncovering the entrance hole. The process works better if you can place the trap and bag off the ground just before you turn the box upside down. Hold the bag straight out from the trap. When the bird enters the bag, then drop that end of the bag. This helps to keep the bird from getting past the sides of the box and getting out of the bag. To get the bag tight around the box cannot have roof overhangs on the sides of the roof. This just creates a space for a bird to get past. It is okay to have a long overhang at the front, as the front roof overhang will be inside the bag. When mounting the box, you do not need a ladder. Try not to use a ladder, as you need to take the box down promptly when the box is tripped. But the higher off the ground, the more interested house sparrows will be. Install a small screw or nail just above your head. This will be a good height for you. to put it up and take it down. You will be mounting the box with the front panel open, hanging down, and a height that you can have one finger in the box to hold the tripwire in place when you close the box. For mounting the box, make an upside down, old style vintage keyhole in the back of the box at the top. Put a nail or screw where you want it to hang up the box. It will not matter how far a screw or nail is inside the box. The box must be flush mounted on a flat surface. This will reduce movement of the box. Movement from wind could trip the box. Hang up the box with the front panel hanging down. Make sure the box is secure on the nail head, then hold the tripwire in place while you close the front panel. The front panel of the trap boxes we are showing are both hinged on the bottom. This box has a horizontal piece of wood on the outside of the front panel at the top to create a stop position for the front panel. The top horizontal piece is a little longer than the width of the box. We use this piece to pull the box open, and a screw holds this front closed. This box has the stop position inside the box. The front panel is held closed by a magnet attached to the stop position piece inside the box. A screw on the outside of the front panel is used to pull the box open. To get house sparrows more interested in the trap box, have a strand of dry grass sticking out of the entrance hole. This makes it look like another bird is nest building, so the box must be safe to enter. Adding colorful tape or reflective tape to the trip baffle door is a good option, so you can monitor the trap from a distance. Another purpose having reflective tape or colorful electrical tape on the trip baffle is to indicate what position the trip baffle door is set at. Drill a hole where the reflective tape lines up when the trip door is in the deactivated position. Drill another hole above the entrance hole where the reflective tape lines up when the trap is set to catch. A bluebird group or tree swallow group might have more than one person monitoring the trap. This will indicate to members in your group what position the trap has been set to. Set to catch or set to deactivated.